Absolutely.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, like, respectfully, some of the vessels that she has are kind of bad. Like, not all of them.
It checks out.
There are some of the princesses I don't fuck with, but there's like this ghost princess in one of the routes, and she might have my heart. I'm just saying.
I might have to see it then.
If we encounter her, because I don't remember any of the routes, I don't know how to get to any of the things. Um, but if we get to her, you'll know immediately because I'll start talking like Eddie.
That checks out. Okay. It's the little cabin. It's the cabin.
Let's wait for some people to get in chat before we get into it. Because
Seriously.
I hate when we start and then all of a sudden everybody in chat is showing up in like the middle of it, you know, and they're all confused. I'm like, look, man, I waited for you this time.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited. I don't know if you were in the VC yesterday when I was in VR chat, but I not only found an avatar of the main character of this game, whose name is The Long Quiet, and but I also found two versions of the princess, all made by the same person, which means that somebody found Slay the Princess and is making accurate models. She looks just like this, like right out of the game. She's perfect.
Oh. I think I was there when like you got them, and then like I left at some point while you were in Snowdon. So
Man. All right. um, four people, only Azumi in chat. It'll be good enough. Um, just so you guys know, we lost everything. I had to factory reset my computer. It's gone. I don't remember anything about this game except for like some of the choices. This is the pristine cut. All right, so this is the like final version of the game. When we played this game, it had come out the week before. I had played the first version of this game. This is the final version. Oh, wait.
oh.
This is still the end of the game. Did it save my progress? You were at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
This shouldn't be happening. My save data is gone. Unless there's something new about the game.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me.
It's
Dude,
still you?
it's still here because this is everything I was doing right before the end of the game. It's here. This is the save. It just didn't save any of my memories. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna go back. I don't want to play the end of the game yet. I want to play the start of the game. That's crazy that it's still here, even though it shouldn't be.
It's wild.
The game is crashing right now. It doesn't know what to do. It's like, I thought you wanted this. I held on. I locked in.
Oh no.
Dude, the whole stream is breaking. The game crashed.
Oh no.
Madame? Ah, that's gonna kick up my stream delay. That's annoying.
Oh, by the way, if you hear sounds on my end, I've been messing with the tape measure for like a while now.
A tape measure?
You're on a path
Yeah, I found
in
it
the
in my
woods,
mother's room because she's
and at the
moved
end of that
everything
path
around. I
is
kind
a
of picked it
cabin.
up and I started playing with it.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright, let me put this back up for you. We're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. The basement of that cabin is a princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
No pressure. So we got some exploring options. This part I remember
Ooh.
really well, so I'm gonna read the options to you, and I want you to pick our first path, because this
Okay.
is really just to, every time we die, we get a new voice in our head that has certain thoughts and emotions that he will express. So the options are the end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch, vive la revolution, silently continue to cabin, or turn around and leave.
Some of these are really interesting options.
Oh yeah, this game is in depth, and there's things even now that I don't know about this game, because there was like 6 updates after I played it.
Reward.
Reward.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay, that leads us back.
What was the first option again?
The end of the world? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Oh, okay, there's more options now. But how can a princess be locked away in the basement and the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not gonna kill her. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? And then the rest are... Okay, wait, we also have... Can you tell me what my prize is for doing a good job? And then there's... Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
That one.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Listen, I'm just saying, father and son right now, Kuma and Lulu, we might be ready to get lied to.
Then
I'm
each
just
and
saying.
every one of us is doomed. So sure,
It
go,
might
talk
be
to her.
worth it.
See how that turns out for all of us.
Heroes out, right? It might be
Listen,
worth it.
make your
maybe
way up
maybe
the
I
short
want her
path
to
to the
nuzzle
cabin.
me into her bosom.
You'll find the princess within.
I'm a sad little blackbird man,
We're not
you
going to
know.
go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
So this is the first voice that we have. We have the voice of the hero. He's going to voice his opinion against the narrator almost all of the time. Because the narrator really wants us to kill the princess, and he's the hero. He's like, we're supposed to be saving princesses. There are other voices. I don't remember all of them. One of the ones I do remember, though, is the voice of the smitten. Because he's madly in love with the princess. And every time he interjects is like, oh, my darling love, you could do me no wrong.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
That's so silly.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Alright, this is one of the first major choices that affects her.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Do we take the blade, or do we just go into the basement? I will let you know, she knows that we have the knife if we take the knife. There is no hiding it.
Okay. Leave it for now.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
God, like an angel. Ugh.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. I'm
not unarmed, I have 2 of them. So we got hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. Lying, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. And continue down the stairs. Now listen, I'm a bit of a funny guy. I think we go, hey, I think I'm here to slay you.
That would be silly.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Good luck, hero.
No, you got the wrong address.
Oh,
You
damn,
walk down
for
the
real?
stairs
We
and
might have
lock
to check
eyes
our
with the
Google Maps
princess.
again.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
This scene became iconic in my head. I've had dreams about this moment. Being here, like, in the Long Quiets, like, situation. Because that's our name. We're the Long Quiet.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
I was joking, baby mama. I'm sorry. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Okay, we have what's your name? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. I wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Retrieve the blade. Go back upstairs and retrieve the blade without saying another word. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. These are so many options more than I had the first time. I'm actually gonna make the decision this time because I've never, you know, like, this is new.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
So you weren't kidding on the stairs. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Bit sadistic right there. Kinda yandere. My heart's aflutter a little.
You have to make a choice.
You
Let's hope
might
for
have
all
to
our
chill
sakes,
out a
it's the
minute,
right
man.
one. I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Whoa, mama.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No, we're sticking to the plan and we're locking her away.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Yeah, where's the blade gone?
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
Oh.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not that this little door will hold for very long anyways. And it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
This is crazy.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. doesn't.
Oh.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Whose side are you on?
We might have to kill her for this.
Yours, of course.
Damn.
But I have a duty to uphold the truth.
On the next round, she's gonna
Lying
kill
about
us.
The facts of the
She's
situation
gonna kill us
doesn't
this
change
time.
them.
So
I-
helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footstep at a time, cocking her head in curiosity.
It
as you
depends
feel
on
your
how she
organs
looks when we
shutting
find
down
her in
one
the
by
next
one.
round.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the
It's
gills.
pretty.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end. Don't
Oh,
we?
you don't understand, sweetie. I'm coming back.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark,
Mm.
and you die.
Chapter 2, The Nightmare.
You're
I
on a
wonder
path
if
in the woods.
that's a version of her. Because there's all the vessels and shit. Memories. Okay, we're about to see the nightmare. Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, now, but I died. She's gonna kill me again. Proceed to the cabin, turn around, and leave.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us?
Introducing the new voice, the Paranoid.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
Shit.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
If I just get you, Magic, and Kion in a VC together, and I go into Discord as the, or like, if I go into VR chat as the Long Quiet, it's exactly this. A bunch of British people in the poor bird's head.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Why should I
Those are
bother
two
doing
very
anything?
different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
That's fair.
We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't.
All we did was lock her away.
And how'd that work out for you?
No comment.
Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance, and your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us?
Obviously, I want you to slay her.
One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working.
Yeah, she did sort of just shut us down.
That's only scratching the surface.
Yeah.
If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Fuck, he's got a good point.
Yeah.
If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
I think we
interior
take the
of
knife
cabin
this
is
time.
plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
It's just an empty frame.
She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your time. You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right
I
now.
wish the VR chat model has us completely black. I wish we were gray like this.
Did he make it go away?
That
Clearly
would
there was
probably
something in
look
there worth
cooler.
investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Stab, stab.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. Very different. I'm
not the only one who sees her in the window, right?
Oh my
She
god,
knows
wait.
that we're here.
Look, there's eyes.
Calm down.
Oh god
Maybe
damn.
the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't
One,
been here before.
2, 3,
Enough of
4.
this past life nonsense. You haven't died, you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this. You cross over the threshold
There's more eyes.
onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in
Oh, God.
darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
I'm gonna kill you this time. Oh wait, is this the
Okay,
sexy
we need
ghost
a
one?
game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Oh no. Lulu, this might be
fun.
this might be my weakness. But I'm so ready to stab.
It can't be that hard. But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise,
Yeah,
she'd be
we'll see how
furious
much
and
of a
we'd be defenseless.
weakness he is. We'll
If a knife
find
is
out.
even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place.
It's giving
be enough.
yandere. You know what? 100%. We don't need a plan. Mr. Narrator seems to think I could do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes. You know why I'm being a pessimist. I'm just asking questions. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible
She's
against the
that way.
inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I know which direction she is, because there's eyes.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
And I'm gonna fucking stab you. We're going right.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
It's not the
told you I
sexy
was
ghost
going
one.
to
It's the
find
ugly
you.
ghost one. I'm gonna fucking stab her to death.
As the princess approaches,
Oh wait,
your legs
no.
suddenly go numb.
No. God.
Your arms quickly follow.
Fuck.
He is
This is
pretty.
it, isn't it?
God damn it.
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of
You
this.
know what
Think.
you have to do.
What did you do?
I can't.
Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be.
You have to.
Oh, it's my weakness.
I wonder how many times
Look at
That's what
her.
you have to do.
Look at her. Just
If you do it,
As your blood
I will
begins to
draw her for
coagulate.
you.
It's as if every part of your being is coming
She
to
might
a
be killing
lurching
us
halt.
anyway.
Heart, lungs,
Wait, no. We got the paranoid. The paranoid can keep us alive.
lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Liver, nerves. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body... Okay, whatever you were doing. Are you sure about that? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerve. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
God.
Liver, nerves,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
liver, nerves.
You know what to do.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill in. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her.
You
It's
know
gotta
what
be
to
in
do.
here. It's gotta be in here.
Play. Someone press the button. You already said this round you were gonna kill her. You can't take it back now.
Your will concentrates
There
into
we
a single
go.
fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
That was so hard. I love her so much.
We did it. We actually did it.
you actually went for it. Oh, you're going to regret this. I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now.
We've already seen how she can change. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You're not getting those stairs back. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
She falls to the ground, unmoving. Nerves, heart, lungs.
Guys, if they ever make the avatar of this one, I'm screwed.
Oh. I can. Finally. And now that she's gone, you can let us out of here. Right? But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us. It means that you're stuck here. Forever. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, I hate this. Time passes. Forever's gonna end eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of
I will
forever.
draw you a
It doesn't
picture of
end.
her. Well done.
I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever.
You gotta draw Kuma
Does it?
begging for forgiveness from her.
What do you mean?
I will.
We still have a way out, clutched in our hands. Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped. That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die?
Because I want to see
now,
what happens
you don't
next.
Want us to... You're right. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care? I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours. Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life. Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
I think we kill ourselves here.
You remove the blade from the princess's body. What exactly are you planning on doing with it?
Chat, I can't choose. Throw the blade into the void, kill ourselves, or wait.
I don't like this, but I suppose there's not much I can do to stop you, is there? You raise the blade to your neck and slit your
Ooh.
carotid artery. Here we go.
Anyway. Oh, it had sound effects.
The Wraith.
You're on a path.
Oh no.
This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her. It doesn't matter if she kills.
Let's get a sneak peek at this one. Oh no. We might definitely be killing her again. Oh wait,
Okay.
so, we could see how many paths there were if we didn't kill her. We chose the shortest path.
Hmm.
Both times, actually, we chose the shortest path, it seems like.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, so it does.
Oh, we've got a cold one now.
No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be. What if we do what she asked us to last time? What if we just let her leave? Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world. Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it. Yourself included. Oh, threatening us with death, are we? And why should we be afraid of dying? We've already done it twice. All death has done is shunt us back to these woods, where we're forced to listen to your empty warnings again and again. This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright?
I think we're killing her again.
Alright.
You continue down the path towards the camp. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. I don't like any of our options here. It feels like we're being driven down the tracks to some awful inevitability. There must be something we're missing. Something that would make everything make sense.
I love this game so much.
Maybe letting her out really is the answer.
Yeah, I like its art style.
It's so cool, and all the princesses are drawn so drastically different.
Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it
Yeah.
then. Let her out. See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack. The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Oh, fuck.
Of course there isn't a mirror. There wasn't one last time either, so why would it be there this time? I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
This is a really pretty scene, though.
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. Oh, do we? Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. This is it. The mirror's going to go away, and she's going to startle us. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Oh, that was a close...
Helplessly staring into the void. I'm glad I made a lasting impression.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then it, she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Fuck. She just broke my left ankle.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it,
collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me. So now, I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it, completely helpless, just like
I'm back.
you left me.
Okay,
Oh.
maybe letting her in isn't the best idea. She clearly hates us. And what's your point? I thought you wanted to get out of here. This is a way out, and it's different. Yeah, but not like this. She's going to make it hurt. Then turn off the part of you that feels things. Oh, like it's that easy? It is. Pain is just another sensation. If you can tolerate joy, you can tolerate pain. Except that pain hurts. Yes, that's what it does. Do we need to explain to you why pain is bad? You need to explain to yourself why it isn't.
You struggle.
You violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle together. You can't
It's so easy to make you squirm, but I won't be crueler than I have to be. I don't even want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess.
Can I headbutt her?
Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. Okay, deep breath. This is fine. This is fine. Is it? Is there any conceivable way that this is fine? Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time. At least our organs aren't failing. At least I can actually talk. It is fine. Everything is always fine. These consequences have no real impact on us outside of momentary discomfort. I'm sure we'll be moving on again soon enough. Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. It's rather rude to show up in somebody else's body and boss it around like this. We were gonna let you out of here. That's the whole reason we marched all the way back up to the cabin. Were we? I was. I know you were, but you were only into it for the wrong reasons. And what reasons are those supposed to be? Nobody should be able to be judge, jury, and executioner. Weren't you all of those things for me?
Yes.
I can grasp the shape of everything you think you feel. You think you were numb, but you're hopeless and paranoid. You are afraid of me.
I ain't afraid of you. I'm about to jump out this window and we're both gonna die because you're in my body, retard.
We weren't always like this. I've always been like this. All I'm doing is reading what you've sown. I've been storing up a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement. It's better than giving her what she wants. Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette.
Yeah, ma'am, getting in my body was the worst mistake you made. I couldn't touch you before. Now you can't escape me.
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss. Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter.
We're putting in everything we have.
You're not. You're thinking too much about how she's hurting us. You're thinking too much about your body. It's just a body.
Yeah, we're not letting this one go. She's not an ounce of good.
Yeah, it's just a body now, but I can do so many terrible things to you.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Why do you hate me?
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall. We did it! We actually did it!
Yes, we've really shown them all, haven't we?
I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now?
If you knew what happens now, you wanted it.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now.
I don't think you're going to find that out.
Why? What do you know that you're not telling us?
You just take that attention to your head. You left. Go on. It's just you and you and you and me. Idiot.
Terminal velocity ceases and you feel something, a mass of growth torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What's happening to me?
Oh.
But you don't answer her before something takes her and leaves something in her place. You feel a force underneath your feet once more.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I should feel better with her gone. But I don't. Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
The narrator is gone.
Yes. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast us. Yeah, no voice needling us anymore. Feels good, but I also feel itchy, cold. There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. It's calling us, and not in a good way. Ignore the cowards. You have to look. I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Here we are. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess? Or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Destroy my body. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space in your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward, gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. And now we're back at the start.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a prince.
We're gonna hit a save real quick. Man, that's crazy. It's literally been 2 years since I played this game. Or not 2 years, but like a year and a half. That's crazy. Okay. I think I'm gonna waste
You're
no
here
time
to
and kill
slay
her.
Okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is her voice,
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yes.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I
Oh,
saw the
no
option
talking
there.
then?
No.
Fine.
Yeah.
What even makes you think you... I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course not.
It's
too easy.
over. Don't get all worked up.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side.
What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Quick, let's get out of here.
It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
It's funny that you should mention that, because I remember this, and I'm about to rizz you up in this
See
next
you
one.
around.
Oh, I'll be seeing you, baby. Ooh,
You were so close.
look
We
at
will
that
be
cute little
together,
fang
boy.
right there. God damn.
For whatever that's worth.
Rubs hands together
Everything goes
evilly.
dark, and you die.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna go grab a snack real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, I just hurt my fucking shoulder blade. Huh?
The razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Rubs hands together evilly.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
That caught me off guard. This whole thing's a crock of shit.
Stabbed to
It
death.
checked out.
Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Oh,
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine. A warning before you go any further.
Alright,
She will
so,
lie, she will cheat,
I have to
and
dip
she will
for
do
like half an
everything in
hour.
her power to
Alright.
stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on
I'll
the
be
money.
back.
But we're really doing this, aren't we? We know what to look out for this time.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Are we really doing this without a weapon? You know she has one, right?
Once again, I'd like to remind you that she's unarmed. But you're right, this would be a lot easier if you had the blade. I hope you know what you're doing.
We know what the mirror does. It's not real.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her
By the
sharp
way,
eyes
she's made of
following you
knives.
from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right? But if we killed each other, then why are we here, right now? Both of us normal and unstabbed.
I do have to hand it to her, that's a very good question, and it's one with a simple answer. You last time. What are you talking about? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
If I come close to you, you're just gonna stab me, aren't you?
What? No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
Pretty sure she's gonna stab
She
us.
certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who has the capacity to quickly arm himself? You do. So stop second-guessing yourself, go upstairs. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you killed me last time after coming back from being stabbed in the heart.
That doesn't sound like me.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, then we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
I don't have a weapon. Isn't that a sign of goodwill?
Yes! Yes, of course! Haven't you seen that I've only been nice to you since you got here?
Has she? Her words have been fine, but her general attitude's been weird and extremely This shouldn't even be a question.
Look, I know you're mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygones be bygones.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Yeah, I'm not trusting this. Bye.
It's boring if you leave.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all. How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains, and those chains stop her from continuing her advance. At least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. That won't stop us from trying. Run, 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 run. You sprint for the stairs, but I wasn't exaggerating when I said she was running at you with a terrifying speed you couldn't hope to outpace. We don't make it, do we? No. You feel her blade in your back before you make it to the...
I'm going to kill you now.
With a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wonder what happens now. No way out. That's not a new vessel.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took this to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? Who cares about cards? You're all acting like this is about winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun. How can you care about having fun at a time like this? There is someone or something out there pulling the strings, and we're all just puppets until we can figure out how to see them. But what if that someone is us, eh? Eh? Wouldn't that be neat? If we were the ones pulling the strings, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have died twice already. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. It's only too much responsibility if these worlds are real. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the prince. And then, we throw it out the window. What? That blade is the only edge we have. Too late, because we already did it, didn't we? Fortunately for the rest of you, and for me, and for the sake of the world... Yes. That is horribly unfair. He shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that. You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only one who can figure out how to do things. What's done is done. I suggest you make the best of it. Oh, is this how things are going to be now? All of us vying over a single body? Fine. See this corner? It's mine. And I'd better not see any of you trying to invade my personal space. So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. We can see our reality just fine. Why should we trust his? You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the base. And the mirror's gone. I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good. It feels like it's hiding something from us. It's part of the big picture. I just know it. That's why it's being kept from us. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp, that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the
She's
princess
still the
comes
razor.
into view, Riley smiling at you from a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea. That was you. I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this. Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
I take it back. Having my own corner clearly isn't working because I can still hear you three yelling at each other. She's going to kill us again, you know? Especially if we keep fighting with us. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What we doing?
All these ideas suck. Think of something
Yeah,
better.
that's right, we just have to think. There's probably.
Just standing there, huh? A bu-
But you don't have time to finish your thought before she closes the distance. And then she skewers you. Ow.
What a surprise.
Yeah, we don't even get a second to think.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
Nah, we'd know if we died.
Right?
You're on a. No, you're in a. Where the hell are you? We're dead, aren't we? We're dead. How long have we been dead? Have we been dead the whole time?
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question.
I think he means how many times have we died?
Yes, that.
Oh, I've lost count, to be honest.
I haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the prince.
Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got.
Come on, show me.
Okay, plan. Now.
Oh, that's easy. I'm gonna try flirting with her. It doesn't work and she kills you again and again and again. Your memory blurs and your consciousness leap from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
She skewers. More noise isn't helping, it's just making it harder to focus.
What's the point? It's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we don't even have a weapon. Yeah, some clod threw it out the window. Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that.
Just keep dodging, just keep dodging, just keep. She skewers you.
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
See? We lost.
Barely. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it?
Fine. One last time. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
The empty cup.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
No steel claw, though.
Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke, universe. A sick, sick joke. If it's
gone for good, then maybe we never actually needed it. That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel. Yeah, mind over matter. Who needs violence when you have love? Who needs love when you've mastered yourself? Who needs anything when we don't matter? Well, boys, are we ready? There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. It's more of a slide? Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like... Don't care, just want to see how this ends. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
This part is disgusting.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like... Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then she becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes, behold, the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us. This is all just a sick joke. I hate... We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it. All right, what just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act as the princess approaches, instead allowing her to crash against your form, and yet there's seemingly nothing for her to crash against. Again and again she swings at you, but there never really was a you to swing at.
This worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
She swings again, and this time she hits something. Or something hits her. She looks down in confused terror as her arm bends and folds upon itself.
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you. That's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too? No, I'm the one who hurts you.
She hurls herself at you, but as she does, her metal body bends outward. The very contact with what you are repelling her to the point of destruction. The din of shrieking metal subsides and something small and delicate falls into your hand. It's her heart. It beats gently, calmly in your palm. Not another word is spoken. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's ask her all the questions, because she's really important, and this is the only way we really get to understand what's actually happening. And then we will move on to the third chapter of our existence, where I think I'm finally gonna riz her up. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
God, I just coughed so hard that my cough clicked the buttons on my phone and closed the stream. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
I don't like these other options, so I think I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Also, that was all the Razor. We did not get 2 new vessels that time. We only got 1.
We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path.
Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up.
Proceed to the cabin. Enter the basement.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and plead. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made, or we could use it to You won't like what happens if...
Milady, please.
Fine.
Allow
Against
me.
your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged,
Milady,
self-inflicted wound on the
please.
princess's
Allow
arm, just
me.
above the unyielding chain binding her to this. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the... No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to
God,
the
I
ground.
love me a crazy woman.
How is she still smiling after everything?
Because you're helping
It's like
her.
she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you.
Wait, what did I miss?
Now let's get out of here.
Oh, we're rizzing her up this time, and we didn't take the knife with us, and we had no way to get the chain free, so she started biting her arm off. And then the knife suddenly came down the stairs, so I, "Milady, please allow me," and I cut her hand off, and she didn't make a sound the whole time, and she's smiling at us like kind of creepy. And the narrator and the hero are like, "This is bad," and I'm like, "Nah, we're helping her. Let's get out of here. Let's get
Well
out."
then.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
What are you doing, narrator?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warner.
Stop that.
Look at, even missing an arm and a little bit blood on her mouth right now, she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I don't want to do this, man. I like you. This time.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
Resist.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
It's okay, babe. Stab me to death.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife,
look at her
your
sad
legs
little
give out
face.
beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
No, it has the anti-screenshot protection on my end. Bro, this how my
I get
girl
the
look at me
picture.
after she accidentally hit me in the nuts.
Hold on, gets a picture for you. I got you, don't worry.
Can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Me on the floor like, it's fine, babe. I know you didn't mean to hit me in the nuts.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
Yes.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
That sounds
what can
familiar.
I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure,
Voice of the
your
Smitten
passions are
might be
strong
my
and all, but
favorite.
Not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
It's between the voice of the smitten and
But
the
pay
voice
their
of the
bickering any
paranoid
mind.
for me.
Focus on the task ahead.
Definitely cool.
Do we kill her this
The
time?
interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner.
Sorry.
The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Little emotional
The blade is your
manipulation, you know, we
implement.
rizzed her up
You'll
and now
need
we
it if you
murder
want to
her.
do this right.
And she'll remember me rizzing her up. I'm gonna take it just in
You take
case.
the
I might
blade from
not
the
kill her,
table.
but I'm gonna take it.
It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us. Again. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the
This
stairs.
is the last basement she was in.
Is
So.
someone there?
Yeah.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
I
You
remember
walk down
this
the
time
stairs
she's
and lock
like
eyes
anime
with the
girl.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Oh, she's
My love,
prettier.
we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero.
Oh no, now they're
Flattery
both
really
in
goes
love.
a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
I'm tempted to say nothing and just kill her.
I want to see how far the love route goes.
You want me to just keep loving her?
Yeah.
What is this one even called? The Damsel. Alright, fuck it.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? You'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
She was waiting for us.
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature, or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our deeds, I will end our life without a second thought. You won't. I would. Listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned.
I'll be damned.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved. Is that a threat? You know what we'll do if you try it. You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
We leave. And then we have our whole lives to figure out what to do next.
That sounds perfect.
As the princess takes your hand in hers, you let your blade tumble uselessly to the floor, and with it tumbles the last hope for the entire world. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move.
Oh.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no!
The
Someone
power
lock us in
of
here?
our love.
That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I do.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think I've got this.
Okay. Yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one. You and the princess make your way upstairs. Her freedom and the world's ruin are just a few moments away. If you don't mind, I'm going to fix myself a drink before you ruin everything. If I'm about to see the end of the world, I'd rather not see it sober. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
Bruh, actually, all we need to be as happy as each other. What if we just stayed here and built a life together?
What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need the world. All we... That's exactly what I just suggested. Was it not romantic when I suggested it? Did you suggest that? I wasn't listening. You answered me.
But the door's right there. We can just leave.
Wait. Why would she say that? Was she not wooed by... She's not wooed by you because staying here and building a life together isn't a solution.
This could lead to me killing her again.
Oh no.
No, you're right. We're leaving.
Okay,
Come on, Pookie.
that's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Oh, she's
happy
beautiful.
end-
We did it! What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Damn, that was an instant ending? What? That's a final path?
Why?
Dude, the damsel is an instant ending. That's crazy. If you take her outside, it's just it wins. What?
She's gone. Where did she go? Is that a mirror?
Approach the mirror. Last time, we had grown.
This doesn't feel right.
Here,
It feels...
I'll show you because you missed that part, Lulu. It was, you've grown. This was our first time we've grown.
Oh. What are we gonna
I'll
look
also
like
show
now?
you what happened. Oh, it was gruesome. So it's around here, right? She kills us a whole bunch. And then she kind of exploded into a mess of blades with a beating heart. And then she broke herself trying to kill us, and we gave her heart to the thingy.
Oh.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. Oh God. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
I don't really have questions this time. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I think this time, what we do... Wow. So that's one of the ones that I hadn't done
You're
before.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is you're here to slay her.
I think this time I'm gonna try to save her and then let the narrator kill her.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a couple of skips because
Don't be a
it's dialogue we've seen before. Which I gotta follow the actual dialogue.
Of course I'm locked up down here for... I don't...
save the princess,
Fine.
right? And then
No.
right here, let him kill her.
Okay, there's no going back. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's...
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me that I don't know what's come over you? But if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this.
That's crazy.
Right? As much as everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch.
Ooh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power.
Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
The opportunist this time.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. No
Not
blade.
taking it.
Hope you know what you're getting us into.
It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
I'm gonna seek forgiveness. I think I remember this one. I think I remember liking her.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling
I'm
is
pretty
thick
sure
with
this
roots
is
that
one of
hang
the
like locks
ones
of
that I
tangled
was
hair.
like mildly
The
attracted
weak
to.
starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Oh, call me more names.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Dude, fine.
Damn it,
You're
I
the boss.
clicked through something.
Thank you.
Yes.
You descend the basement steps.
Okay.
Entering the dark room below.
I remember
You
now.
can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a
Pretty.
helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm like, can I be honest with her? No. Sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Look, I know now. Look, I know things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Can't you get out of those chains on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Me too. A woman after my own heart, really. Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
When she gets closer and you get to really see her,
she never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
I don't know.
Pretty.
My heart's all aflutter.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within
And I mean,
arm's
look
reach.
at her features. You know she's gonna act like a cat.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
Unfortunately,
it doesn't
no
matter who leads and who
opportunist.
follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
No, I'll step onto the stairs.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
I'm not gonna kill you.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. I do want those
Damn it,
things, but I
something
want them
skipped.
for a good...
What did he say? You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but it's for a good reason. I don't...
Can we walk
Damn it.
backwards up the stairs?
Okay.
I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your
She's
victory,
gonna kill
are
us
you?
or something. I feel it.
What did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Me neither, man.
You were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
We could have gotten out of here if we had just trusted each other.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get
Come on,
up.
bitch, your back is broken too.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. World could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen then? Hello? Are you still...
He doesn't respond. This is another ending.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
The witch. But you don't get the chance to, yeah.
She's gone. Where did she go? And is that a...
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels... If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again, but the mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You were at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is hope marred by bitterness and betrayal. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
I want to tell her that.
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him.
If he is anything other than us, he isn't worth the effort to destroy.
Alright. Send me back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Damn, I don't know what we should do this time.
Now, have you
You're
just
on a
walked
path
off yet?
You're here.
I've done that in a previous playthrough. I'm pretty sure nothing happens. It
okay.
it just like breaks reality if you keep going back.
Okay.
Fall to a feral captive. Slay her without a moment's hesitation. Die pathetically to an abrasive prisoner. Meet your equal in combat. You can't know someone you've never met. Free an abrasive prisoner. Oh. Wait. This might be one if we leave.
Seriously? You're just going...
Yeah.
Fine. I suppose you just... Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already... Your silence is deafening. But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Cool.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right?
Yeah.
But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Yeah, hooray!
Yippee!
The stranger. I don't
stranger.
I don't know if I remember the stranger. Where is she?
I don't think she's here yet.
Usually it shows them right away. Oh, my Shayla.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Huh.
What
You
if I
can
just
stay
do?
That's a new option.
If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh.
You can lie.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult.
Let's keep...
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost... The only furniture of note is a plain table. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, no, we're take. I've already told you. You can't just
I'm
listen
skipping
if you're
through
go-
them because
Nothing,
they're
just
mostly
ignore.
just
I'm not going to
scrambling for bullshit, and I know what I want to do already. We're gonna take the blade, but I'm not gonna kill her.
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Hold the blade the other way.
Switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right.
I like that one.
Better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
What's funny is that
Contrarian?
it's the contrarian. He's the one who forced me to throw the blade out the window. He's gonna love it if I throw the blade out the window.
I love him.
Yes, do it.
Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends? Oh well. If the princess wasn't going to do it, the heat death of the universe was going to come for it eventually. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
She might be a baddie.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
The soft stairs to the right.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all.
That looks
Soon enough, you're
comfy.
fighting
I
just to
would
keep your
sleep on
knees
that.
from sinking
I don't
out of
care
sight.
the stairs.
The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Oh.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
We're here.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And, why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
She's cute.
She's so warm and friendly. It's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange. So, why are you here?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her,
Now there's
now
a slightly harder version of her.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you.
But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. You don't think I'm some sort of monster, do you?
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I want to make things worse. Getting down here was weird. Like, I pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Aww.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs managed to chew you up,
I will devour you.
Damn. If I let you out of here, what are you gonna do?
Are you looking for the truth? Or are you looking for the right answer? What do you want me to say? That I'd be a good person? I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides,
You already know what I'm going to do.
if you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
This is trippy.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions, this is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a... Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Do all of it? I was gonna try and
Wait,
free her.
That's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun.
How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Oh, this is another ending. We did it.
I think he's gone.
Oh.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone.
She's
Memory
gone.
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel... Yeah, don't look at it.
You are nothing at all. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see a figure faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh.
Now it's time. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass.
Are those eyes?
I have to think of the right thing to ask it. It's a crow. Or it's a raven, rather.
Oh.
Are you part of me, or are you something else?
No, I am not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
This is the hard part, is you only get a couple of questions. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Fuck. Pretty sure death is good, actually important even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Fuck. You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave. Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
God, I don't know what else to say.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion. Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end. As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die. I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragments of glass shatter, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and amazing God. It's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Yep.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Do we leave or do we kill her?
I don't know.
So many stories left
Even
untold.
as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
If we kill it, then we complete what the narrator wanted. And if we don't, then do we just vibe?
I don't remember what I did. Looks at my achievements. What do I have? I think I killed her. Yeah, I think I killed her.
Damn.
So...
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel the sensation in limbs. You feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but a twisted and crumpled and bound and agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand.
Oh.
You're free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is.
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you've always been and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. That game is fucking spectacular. As always.
I loved it. I loved it a lot.
And what's crazy is, do you want to know how undone we are? Let me tell you this. I have 24 achievements, right? Or no, I have 29. There's 131 achievements in this game.
Oh god dang.
That's how undone we are. In terms of memories, we have done 22%. There's so many options. There are so many options. We damn both of you to an incomplete existence. I don't even know what that means. The end of everything, we have one fucking memory. You know, like, we are so undone with this game. But for now, we're gonna take a break. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you did, leave a like, comment, you know, if you're new, subscribe. We will see you next time, and we will definitely be playing more of this game because I'm so undone with it. For some reason, my screen is black, and I cannot get out of it. So this may be a second.
Uh-oh.
It's crashing.
Oh. Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.